Faculty Fast Fact: Setting up your gradebook. Now that you understand gradebook aggregations, let's walk through the process of setting up a gradebook to match your syllabus. In this case, we're going to use this setup here for the syllabus. We have an assignments category worth 35% of the grade. These assignments and a replacement paper where the lowest assignment grade will be dropped if the replacement paper is completed. 2 quizzes, 35%, a final exam worth 20%, and a participation grade worth 10%. To start with, from the main page of your course, locate the administration block and click on Grades. This is your gradebook area. Then from the drop-down menu at the top, under the Setup heading, locate the Categories and Items page. You can also do this from your administration block, Setup, Categories and Items. This shows you the existing setup for your gradebook. Right now our aggregation method is simple weighted mean of grades, and any graded activity created on the main page of the course shows up in your gradebook. First, refer back to your syllabus. Are there any items that don't have corresponding activities on the main page? In this case, we have a participation item that will not have an activity on the main page. So let's go ahead and add that participation item to our gradebook. To add an offline or manual gradebook item like this, you'll scroll down to the bottom of the Categories and Items page and click the Add Grade Item button. And we're grading this out of 50 points. And then we're just going to save our changes. Now you'll see a manual gradebook item here at the bottom. The icon for a manual gradebook item is this gray square with a pencil in it. Now that we have all of our items in the gradebook, we need to group them by category. We had an assignments category and a quizzes category. So let's go ahead and create those two categories. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Add Category. We're going to create the category called Assignments and save our changes. And then scroll down and do this again to add the category called Quizzes. To move the items into the category, you can move one of two ways. In this case for assignments, I'm going to check the boxes in the select column next to all of the assignments. And then the bottom of the page on the left, we have Move Selected Items to, and I'm going to choose Assignments. You can also use these arrows to the left to move a single item up and down within a category, or to move items between categories. If I click on this, dotted boxes appear in every location that I can move this quiz to. I'm going to move it here. We'll do it again here and put quiz 2 beneath quiz 1. So now we have our assignments grouped and our quizzes grouped, and we have the final exam and the participation. These 4 items were the items that were weighted in our syllabus. Assignment carried 35% of the grade, quizzes 35%, the final exam 20, and participation 10. But right now there's no way for us to add weight. That's because our aggregation is still set to simple weighted mean of grades. To change the aggregation for the whole course, you'll come up here to the Edit menu at the top of the Actions column and click Edit Settings. And then here under Grade Category, we're going to change that aggregation to weighted mean of grades and save our changes. Now you'll notice a weights column appears and you have boxes in all of the weights columns. Let's go ahead and put in the weights. These are relative, so you could do 0.2, 0.1, 0.35, etc., or you could do 20, 10, 35, 35, which is easiest for me to remember. And then once you've made those changes, come down to the bottom left and click the Save Changes button. Now our gradebook items are weighted. Now one of the things our syllabus said was that if a student did the replacement paper, we would drop the lowest of the other 3 So we need to edit the settings for this category so that Moodle will automatically drop the lowest grade. To do that, you're going to go to the Actions column for this category, click on Edit, and choose Edit Settings. Go ahead and click Show More, and you'll see that we have the option to drop the lowest here at the bottom. We're going to drop the lowest one. You'll notice that by default, Moodle is set so that it excludes empty grades. This means that for all of the students that do not do the replacement paper, you will need to put a 0 in, because then that is the lowest grade that will get dropped. We would also like all of our assignments to carry the same weight, even though they are different point values. To do that, we're going to change the aggregation from simple weighted mean of grades to mean of grades. You'll notice here that the aggregation changes, and it tells us that it's dropping the lowest value. For the quizzes, we'll go ahead and leave that category at simple weighted mean of grades. That means that the quiz that is 90 points will carry slightly more weight. Let's refer back to our syllabus. Everything looks good from here. Your gradebook is now set up.